He was a chatter boy. She said, "Chat you later, boy." He didn't chat enough for her. She had a chatty face, and his chats were up in space. She needed to chat back down to earth.
Hi, welcome to Chatter Boys.
My name's Taylor Bates.
And my name is Joseph Riley.
And this week we're talking about sports.
Yep, getting sporty. Tennis, hockey, football, sports.
Those were all indeed sports that you named. Joseph, do you have a favorite sport?
My favorite sport is, I don't think it counts as a sport. You know the thing, it's kind of like the thing where you like go home to your family and then you lie to them about a sad story and you make them cry and you see how fast you can make them cry. That's my favorite sport.
You're right, that was not a sport. That was not a sport at all.
Okay.
For me, I guess it'd have to be college basketball, which is quite appropriate for what we're doing tonight. Joseph and I are going to be sharing with you our top picks for our brackets. So for those of you feeling it out at home, you can use some of our expert sport knowledge because we really tried hard on this, didn't we, Joseph?
Yep, I saw sports one time.
Sporty. Sport. Sport. Sporty. Sport. Sport.
So we're here making our bracket, but instead of basketball, do you want to tell them what we're doing, Joseph?
Tell what the fuck?
I made a bracket. You told me we're doing brackets.
Why did you bring up? You didn't tell me you were getting a whole poster board.
I mean, how else were we going to do the bracket if I didn't bring something to display the bracket on?
Okay, I guess.
We really needed to fight. We're doing a cereal mascot bracket, and we're already arguing over it. So over here, you'll see that we have number 1 seed Count Chocula versus Lucky from Lucky Charms. Magically delicious matchup, if you will. Joseph, do you have any sort of thoughts?
I'm gonna say that Count Chocolate is gonna take this.
Really? I mean, right off the bat, I don't think that the Count's going to be able to catch Lucky, even though he is the underdog here.
Well, see, here's my problem. You don't understand. Lucky is not immortal. The other one is immortal.
He's a leprechaun.
Do leprechauns not die?
I don't know. Do leprechauns die?
I'm gonna use the argument of the people versus Lucky the Irish,
That is a good case.
where the mom almost shrunk into insignificance because of their gold being stolen or something.
That makes sense to me, but unfortunately for you, I made this bracket without consulting you, so I still have Lucky moving on into the final four.
So basically, we're just gonna argue and then you're gonna decide anyway.
Yeah, that's pretty much what's going to happen. We've got Tony the Tiger and Snap, Crackle, and Pop. What kind of thoughts do you have?
Well, Tony the Tiger is way bigger. They're tiny, very tiny, like tree elves or something. So like he can probably just step on them.
See, I'm going to have to respectfully disagree with you there. Like, now, with Snap, Crackle, and Pop, they've got a good team dynamic there, right? And honestly, if it wasn't for Pop, I would give the team the advantage. So going on into the next round, I have just Snap and Crackle.
What?
Yeah. We have number 3 seed Chip from Cookie Crisp versus the Trix Rabbit. Classic matchup there. Joseph, what kind of insight do you have for the people?
Both of them have a big issue. They're both heavily addicted to their cereals.
Oh, yeah.
When they're not near them, they both are gonna go kind of insane. It's kind of a toss-up here, and I really, even if I wanted to argue with you, I just can't because they're so unpredictable. I think this is going to be a toss-up no matter what.
Now, you see, we never really specified what they were doing, and I agree with you. So I decided to just go for whatever cereal I felt was most unhealthy to win this match. Now, Chip's literally marketing cookies to kids, so I'm going to give this match to Chip, the Cookie Crisp dog. Well, last up down here, we have Toucan Sam and Captain Crunch. As you will recall, a repeat of last year's national championship match.
Are you really going to be prepared to go against Captain Crunch? He's an admiral. He's dealt with pirates. He's very trained and very skilled. Is Toucan Sam going to be able to pull it out?
Now, see, I was thinking the same thing, but you got to keep in mind, the captain's not a captain, he's a cap-in. And I don't really know what that is. But I definitely think that this is the match to watch for. I think it's going to get intense. I think it's going to get passionate, and ultimately, I think it's not even going to be about whatever they're doing at the end. I think they're going to overcome their differences and move together stronger than ever. That's why in my Final Four, I have a hybrid I call Captain Sam moving on.
You can't do that.
This is my bracket. I'm moving on Captain Sam. He's Toucan Sam with the captain hat. Over here, we have Lucky, and we have Just Snap and Crackle. What are you thinking?
I don't know what the competition is, but in my head, whoever has a better hat usually wins.
Mm-hmm.
And while I think Snaps is kind of lacking originality or newness, I do think his hat's better than his hat.
Mm-hmm.
So I think he can beat him, but if he's there, he might have trouble.
You're thinking exactly along the same lines, right? With Snap and Crackle, Snap's the liability. If it was just Crackle, I'd give it the win, which is why in my final, I have just Crackle.
We have Cookie Crisp, and
Captain Sam.
I'm gonna say they win, I guess, because they at least have their own pictures. You couldn't even find a picture of him not in the cereal box, so I guess he doesn't have as much notoriety.
You see, over here in the West Division, for me, it's coming down to what is the least healthy cereal, right? Any serving of Captain Crunch or Fruit Loops is 110 calories, right? And any serving of Cookie Crisp is just 100. But here's the trick that Chip has up his sleeve. That's a tongue twister. The serving size on Cookie Crisp is much smaller than the serving size on Captain Crunch or Fruit
When did
Loops.
you do all this math?
I stayed up literally all night figuring this out. So I think because of that, it's going to be a close game, don't get me wrong. But I'm giving it to Chip to go and face Crackle in the finals. The hypothetical final match between Crackle and Chip the Wolf from Cookie Crisp. Joseph, any sort of insight here?
Again, I feel like it's very troublesome because the East kind of goes by, like, I'm guessing who has a better hat.
Yes.
And the other side goes by who's the more unhealthy. So I think it's kind of confusing when they're both going at each other on two different planes.
If Snap, Crackle, and Pop were all in it together, it'd be an easy win. But since he's not, I'm giving it to Shaq on this Fruity Pebbles box. I think he's going to come in and win the whole thing. And coming up next, we have an interview. Joining us from our rival show Late Night, Jacob Suggs will be coming on the show. I'm excited. What about you?
Hi, welcome back to Chatter Boys. I'm here with a guest today. Taylor's also here with a guest today. We are both here with a guest. And our guest today is Jacob Suggs.
Jacob is the host of our rival late night program, Late Night. Jacob, who is probably your least favorite member of Late Night that you can see?
Definitely Justin.
Hello, Late Night, and welcome to the first episode of 27.
Definitely Justin.
Yeah.
So we're here first, behind the scenes drama on Late Night.
Yeah. Tumultuous, turmoil, tyranny. We're talking about sports today. It's all about sports. Getting sported, getting fit, doing that stuff. Why is Chatter Boys more fit than Late Night?
We do have pizza at all the tapings, so, but, I mean, that keeps the morale up, so y'all might be more fit, but I would say we're the happier show.
You're so nice to invite you here and everything.
Yeah.
We're really not going to
I know, we're literally just trying to uplift a show that's in dire straits.
Tell us a little bit more about Late Night. What kind of stuff are y'all doing this season?
We just made it a lot like weirder and more awkward, so I don't know if either of you have ever seen their comedy show. That's like the style we're going for now.
Sounds interesting. It sounds like another show that's an eclectic talk show with hosts. I'm not going to name any names, and I'm not going to say you copy anybody, but I am going to say that Chatter Boys is kind of your muse.
It's kind of interesting because we came out, I think, a full semester after your current season, and so it's kind of interesting to see like us doing the exact same things that you're doing and learn how you copied us in the video.
So in honor of sports, do you want to tell us who your pick is to win Super Bowl 37?
Whatever team won.
Want to take a shot?
We will believe your mom.
The Broncos.
I looked it up right before we shot. It was the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Top 3 sports.
Number 3 would be soccer. Number 2, football, American football, and number 1, basketball.
No.
What are they?
Lacrosse, field hockey again.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, Jacob, thank you so much for joining us on Chatter Boys this week. And, we'll be showing some clips that Jacob brought as well of the new season of Late Night. So thank you so much for coming by.
No problem.
Guys, can I get like 3 words to describe your feelings for Duke?
I hate Duke.
Interview? All right. Who has the better booty?
That's a better booty? Oh, definitely Brad Pitt.
First question. Sup, dog?
For this stunt, we are going to create a sport.
Now, Joseph and I each had a week to use the same components to create our own new sport. And the winner is whoever sport was judged to be the best on a very comprehensive scoring rubric.
We will have 5 items to create our new sport. First, a rope.
Second, a set of cones.
Third, a picture of Cameron Diaz.
Fourth, some of those bouncy balls.
And then, extra bandanas. Hi, welcome to my game. My game is called Protect Cameron. Basically, you want your opponent to get all their golf balls into your cone while they're trying to hit Cameron in the face with your golf balls. 3, 2, 1.
Is there a certain number of these you want me to use?
I just used a handful.
Okay, that's what I got. Okay. This game is really violent.
Yeah.
I feel bad.
That was not me.
You're blocking the photo from me. I don't know what I'm supposed to do.
This game's just painful.
I think I've got a strategy. I think I've got a foolproof strategy here. Watch this.
You're just gonna hit me. Ow! Piece of shit.
I thought if I threw 2, I'd get you.
Ow! You just like.
I tried to fake you out.
Ow!
Hello, sports fans, and welcome back to Cameron Diaz Ball. Now, this is my game, and I'm sure a lot of you are pretty familiar with the rules, but just for those of you who are just joining us at home, it's a very simple game. Now, Joseph and I are going to be standing on either side of these rope boundaries that we have on the floor, and we're going to take turns trying to sink our golf balls in this cone goal in the middle. Now, for every shot that you sink, that's worth 1 point, and if you can sink one without knocking over the cones, you'll get 3 points times every golf ball currently inside of the cone. But here's the catch. Since it's Cameron Diaz ball, before making each shot, Joseph and I will have to name a different Cameron Diaz movie. If you run out of Cameron Diaz movies, you run out of shots. Now, you may be wondering where the last thing comes in, the bandanas. Joseph and I have each been given 2 challenge bandanas. When we name a Cameron Diaz movie, the other person can throw a challenge bandana, name a different actor or actress in that movie, and then we have to name 3 other movies starring that individual, or we lose 5 points. If we can do it successfully, we'll gain back 5. That was a long explanation, but it's a complicated game. I'll go ahead and start off since this was my game. I'm going to say The Mask. And that's 1 point for me.
Bad teacher.
Shrek the Third. Yes.
I don't know any more Cameron. Shrek 2.
Okay. Just I'm throwing my challenge card out here. In the movie Shrek 2, Antonio Banderas voices Puss in Boots. Can you name 3 other movies with Antonio Banderas?
I think he's Zorro.
That's correct.
So Zorro 1 and Zorro 2 turned to Zorro.
Is he in all 3 of those?
Yes.
Alright, I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt, but for those of you watching at home, if he's wrong, call him out on it. So that's 5 points for you.
Okay,
So you've now taken the lead.
Cool.
A little ambitious here. I'm going to try to sink one after the other. Damn it.
Wow. You didn't even say a movie. That was all wrong. Well, look at those. Those were some sports.
They certainly were.
I'm so glad I won or lost.
Me as well. We pre-recorded this segment, so honestly, I have no idea what transpired. We'd like to give a special thanks to Hayden, our special guest, Jacob Suggs, our station manager, Mariana, and everyone else who helped make this episode of Chatter Boys a reality.